Hi, I'm Jake Matthews and I'm here at Just Vehicle Solutions, and I'm stood just in front of the BMW M140i Shadow Edition M Sport that we've got behind us. The vehicles are a 3 litre, 340 brake horsepower petrol, and they're absolutely phenomenal to drive, and hopefully we're going to show you a little bit around the vehicle in terms of what's included, and also maybe take one out for a spin.
If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
The vehicles are absolutely phenomenal to drive, they're incredibly fun. What's really quite unique about them, in my opinion, when comparing them to their closest competitors like the Focus RS or the VW Golf R or maybe the Audi S3 and so forth, is that these are actually rear wheel drive. So most of their competitors have now opted for a 4-wheel drive, but perhaps as sort of a hallmark to BMW and their sort of rear wheel drive heritage, they've opted for a rear wheel drive vehicle, which makes it really fun. As you put your foot down the accelerator, the wheel sort of kicks out and it just gives it that sort of real fun driving feel to them. I've been lucky enough to drive the vehicle for a few months now. One of the first things that's quite notable about the vehicle is the sport suspension. So it's quite a tough, hard suspension, which takes a little bit of getting used to. It's an absolutely brilliant car to drive, super powerful. My only sort of bugbearing or slight downside to the vehicle is when comparing it to sort of the Mercedes or the Audis, who I think do the interior really well these days. From the inside, when you sat inside it, you wouldn't know that it wasn't a standard 118i. So other than the small M140i badge on the back, there's not much in the interior that lets you know it's one of the high spec models. Obviously, when you look at a vehicle like this and compare it to sort of a standard hatchback, obviously it's not going to be brilliant on fuel. At the minute it says I'm averaging 28.5 mpg. I think it's probably a little bit less than that. They always tend to say it's a bit more than it is, so it can be quite thirsty. But again, I'm not doing massive motorway miles, so it's only sort of 5-10 miles at a time. One of the most fun things about the vehicle is that it's rear wheel drive. So when you compare it to its competitors like the Golf R or the Focus RS, Audi S3 and stuff, most of them have gone for a 4-wheel, 4-motion control. BMW is a bit of a sort of throwback to their heritage, I guess, have gone for a rear wheel drive, which makes the car really fun. 340 brake horsepower all through the rear wheels, and it sort of gives you a little bit so that it's sort of, if you do put your foot down, it's you know, a tiny bit of sort of a tiny bit either side, but you never lose control. It's pretty quick. So as you slide into the Sport Plus mode, it just gives you a lot more rev range, up to sort of 7,000 in each gear, and it also takes the traction control off. And I mean, the other great thing about the vehicle is it sounds very noisy. The M140i's have certainly been one of my favourite cars to drive during my time at Just Vehicle Solutions, and we currently have them on a special offer on a 2+12 payment profile, so 12 months at 20,000 miles at £408 plus VAT per month.